Sorry, guys, but if I had to sit through Adrielle's 3-minute hour TED Talk on cyberbullying, then so do you. Now buckle up, because Adrielle's managed to turn a simple vegan lunch into a full-blown social media crisis.
The general public needs to be informed about cyberbullying and harassment, cyberstalking, and hate mob mentality. This culture on the internet where people go real life on influencers, creators, live streamers such as myself is something that's uncommon, but it needs to be addressed because you consume the entertainment. You like the publicity. You like the free advertising, for example. I went to a vegan restaurant back in February, Super Bowl Sunday, 2025, 8 months ago. I respectfully asked the host, do I have permission to live stream here? The host said, yeah. I said, okay, can I sit in the back corner where it's nice and discreet so nobody can figure out where I'm at? Because I do have a lot of people who watch me. He said, yeah, sure, I'll open up this table for you in the back corner. I'm sitting alone in the back. All you could see behind me was a blank green wall. Within 30 minutes, the cyber bullies who watch me 24/7 are fascinated with harassing me, pulling pranks while I'm live streaming, all of the above. They called the restaurant, this is the Zenith in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, by the way, a vegan restaurant. I'm a vegan foodie. Lots of my content revolves around vegan food. And since I had been a customer at the Zenith for years, I was excited to show my food to them without disclosing where I was to stay safe. But that didn't stop these people. They figured out where I was. I don't know if they were just like calling every single vegan restaurant in Pittsburgh. Nonetheless, the waitress walks up to me, asks me to leave. She doesn't know what's going on, but they got a very concerning call. She said I don't have to pay. I love this restaurant. I respect this restaurant. I paid my $12 bill. I tipped her $8. I said, everything's okay. I'm going to just go talk to your manager. And the manager, owner, I don't know who it was a woman, ripped me a new ass. She's like, you're going to be banned for live streaming in here. I said, I received permission. She's like, well, what were those phone calls about? They were making terroristic threats. Who was that? I said, I don't know, but I like to live stream and eat vegan food on my channel. That's what I do for a living. I do social media. And she said, well, why would you live stream if you know this could happen? I said, I guess people on the internet are crazy. And I didn't share or disclose my location. She goes, well, why would you live stream if you know there's crazy people on the internet? We use it. You consume it. You depend on it. All businesses depend on social media to build a following and build customers, whether it's through Google Ads, Yelp, or Facebook, which this restaurant has. And then they started bashing me on their Facebook, saying that I'm the one who's causing drama. No. I'm being actively stalked and harassed, and unfortunately, that's part of the job. When you're a successful creator, influencer, whether you're Jeff Bezos, Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, or Markiplier, you have haters who become obsessed with you. And until our culture and society can become compassionate and learn how to take a stand to cyberbullying, see part 2.
So Adrielle starts off all serious, talking about cyberbullying, harassment, and hate mobs. Like she's giving a UN speech straight from her car. Girl, take a breath. Nobody's sending CNN to cover your tofu. Drama. Then she dives into the story about how she went to a vegan restaurant back on Super Bowl, Sunday, 2025. Who remembers that kind of date 8 months later unless they've been rehearsing this script in the mirror? She says she respectfully asked the host for permission to live stream. Like, okay, Mrs. Professional Influencer, are you? Doing a documentary or just showing us your salad? She's all, can I sit in the back corner where it's nice and discreet? Girl, you can't call it discreet when you're literally live streaming yourself to strangers on the internet. Be so for real. Then she says she's chilling with a blank green wall behind her, minding her vegan business. But somehow her cyberbullies figure out where she is and start calling the restaurant. Okay, pause. Who the hell would ring vegan restaurants just to find her? Like seriously, people got mortgages, jobs, kids. Who's got time to call every cafe in Pittsburgh over Adrielle eating hummus? And let's be honest, Adrielle, you let everyone know your whereabouts anyway. You'll say, I'm not disclosing my location, and then 5 seconds later, you're like, anyway, I'm in Pittsburgh at the Zenith. So apparently the staff come over, tell her to leave because they got concerning calls, and Adrielle makes sure we all know she paid her $12 bill or tipped $8. Okay, generous queen, but that doesn't buy you a lifetime streaming pass. Then she claims the owner ripped her a new one and said she's banned for live streaming. And she's there like, but I had permission. Permission from who? The soup of the day? Now she's lecturing everyone about how all businesses depend on social media. You consume it, you depend on it. Girl, that restaurant was just trying to sell vegan cheesecake, not build a brand deal with your TikTok page. And seriously, why would that business even want to be associated with your chaos after that? If anything, they're probably updating their staff handbook to include no Sigler situations allowed. Then, of course, she hits us with the celebrity name drops: Jeff Bezos, Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, Markiplier. Like Adrielle, these people are billionaires and pop icons, not fighting Yelp reviews because someone called their tofu mid. Finally, she wraps it up all dramatic. Until society becomes compassionate, take a stand to cyberbullying. See part 2. And you know there's always in part 2, there's always a part 2. Do you think people actually called the restaurant, or was Adrielle just reaching again? Should creators stop live streaming from public places like restaurants? Why does Adrielle always expose her own location and then act shocked when people find her? Was the restaurant right for asking her to leave? Do you think comparing herself to Jeff Bezos and Taylor Swift was delusional or just classic Adrielle? So yeah, guys, Adrielle turned a quiet vegan lunch into a viral victim speech. She says she's being cyberbullied, but it's starting to feel more like self-inflicted chaos. So, what do you guys think about this? Comment below and let's chat.